What's your experience of global GDP investors and their trends towards emerging markets? There's been this whole new set now. Maybe you want to give us your own definition of a GDP, a global GDP investor.
Investors, again, with my experience and slight cynicism, the big investment concepts people need to think about are, again, simple things: greed and fear.
Right.
And people vary between the two. So, as it relates to emerging markets, as we came out of the credit crisis in '08, because it didn't seem to hurt any of the BRIC countries, the whole planet suddenly was like, these countries can do no wrong forever. And of course, people were like, this is just incredible, and people would say, I'm some kind of international hero. And of course, that was kind of ridiculous.
Sure.
And now, and that, of course, in hindsight, it was a really good time to sell BRIC investments. Today, 5 years on, it's almost the opposite. And from my experience, the best opportunities as a global investor come when the crowd kind of doesn't want to play.
A bit of the Warren Buffett, be fearful when people are...
Very much so. I spoke at a really interesting event for one of the most respected sovereign wealth funds, it'd be 4 years ago. And I was on one of the panels, but the interesting part was not that panel, it was another one.
Right.
Where there was this quant guy that presented what I always believed, but I could never show, that you can't get diversification as a global investor away from the S&P most of the time. It doesn't improve your risk-return characteristics. Right. When it does, is if you are fast and flexible enough when there's a crisis.
Okay.
And if you have a management structure and a philosophy to allow you to do that, you're going to outperform. And this is one of the reasons why I think sovereign wealth funds and family offices today probably in a better position than a lot of hedge funds and certainly a lot of people inside banks and pension funds.
They can be more nimble. And
well, yeah, they have a lot more. Banks and pension funds are so controlled by regulatory things.
And Basel III is creating more opportunities for the sovereign wealth funds because banks are coming out of all these opportunities.
Definitely.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.